What it is, guys, it's your boy Roy Jay-Z. So we're back at Vote. So we got another motor we got to work on. This one, once you add a billet rod, billet flywheel to your motor, on the rods you got to switch out that rod bearing like every 6 months. Like how I be riding, I switch mine out every 6 months. So you got to watch your rod bearings, because once you add the billet rod and the flywheel, people think they motor are bulletproof, but they're really not. You got to switch those out. Those are parts that wear out on a motor. But yeah, man, y'all remember this bike? So he got a cylinder gas tank, welded tabs for the cylinder gas tank and everything. We just waiting for a manifold so we can start it up, but everything is done with this bike. So we're gonna be working on this one. So this is the one I raised. If y'all watched the video, my stock bike versus this one, this is a motor that I raised. And this motor is kind of whooped. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the rod bearing. Like, the rod shouldn't be moving like that. They got hella wiggle room in it. So we finna be switching the rod bearings out to some brand new ones. Like I said, you always gotta switch these out. I'm gonna show you the aluminum. It's a bunch of aluminum in this motor. Y'all see all that shiny stuff? That's aluminum, so that must be the rod bearing or something. But yeah, man, this motor is whoop TV. So we finna bring this motor back to life. So yeah, man, let's get it. So this is the tool you're gonna need. This is a 12-point socket, a 1/4 12-point socket. It's a special type of thread inside of it. As you can see, all these little points on it. This is what you're gonna need for any rod bearing that you, or billet rod that you put on these type of motors. So that's the only really tool you need. You gotta figure out wiggle space with your hand and all that. So let's get to it. Alright, so this is a brand new rod. You see how thick that is versus this. And it's all bent right there, so definitely need to be changed out. Then we figured out on his clutch, on his crank, the teeth are worn down and some teeth are missing a little bit. So I gotta see if the crank is good, but that's none of my business. So alright, so we're gonna be switching out the crank. The crank is no good on the motor. They've been whooped. Crank is whooped, so we're gonna be switching it out with this one right here. This is a good used crank, no problem. So we're gonna be switching it out because all of this right here is messed up on this crank on this motor. So we're gonna be switching it out. Alright, so this motor has so much aluminum in it, I had to come spray it out and clean out all this aluminum. And I had to put the work shirt on because it's too much aluminum. So yeah, man, we gonna deep clean this motor and get all the aluminum out. I'm gonna spray it with WD-40 and everything. So yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you know it got real when I got the fit on. So like I said, the motor had hella aluminum in it, so we cleaned out all the aluminum. Then we're gonna spray it with WD-40 so we can lubricate everything back up, the bearing, the crank, and all the other stuff. So yeah, man, we do it right over here at Votes Mini Bike. So make sure y'all shop Roy Jay-Z at votesminibike.com. So yeah, man. Alright, so what we figured out is the rod is no good. So they didn't change the rod bearings out fast enough, so the rod wore down. You see, this is brand new rod bearings. You see the rod still got side to side movement. So and it's a brand new crank. So this shouldn't be happening. So yeah, the rod is toast for right now. So never buy a used bike because you never know what you'll get. So we'll figure it out a little later. So let's see. I'm a OG boy. Know that the